All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is December 4th, 2025. My name is John Carignan. I am the lead instructor here at the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Let's go take a look at the markets. Before we get started, let me make a few announcements. Okay, first announcement is right here. Black Friday sales will take place until this Friday. So lifetime subscription, $39.95. Normally $10K. Got the annual, not on sale, but you get an extra 6 months for free. So you pick up an annual for $1,205, and then you get another 6 months added on top of that. So that's 18 months for $1,205, and that is the Cyber Monday sale. All right, so that's Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Thank you so much for being subscribers. So I just want to make those announcements. All right, let's take a look at the markets today. See how we made a little bit of money. Never really got the uptrend going. Just kind of waffled around VWAP again all day. Not much happening here as far as breakouts for SPY. So let's take a look at everything that happened. You see, we're under VWAP, and then we're over, and then we're under, and then we're over, then we're under, then we're over, and it was looking good right there, and now we're under, and then we did the exhaustion candle, and then we got the higher low. So I bought the higher low. It didn't come through in time for me to capitalize on something, but I was able to capitalize on something else in my futures account. But there's SPY, over, under, just total consolidation, wind up going into tomorrow. What do we have so far? We've got consolidation over prior consolidation. Okay, so we got consolidation right here on top of prior consolidation, which is a bullish environment. All right, so you get consolidation on top of prior consolidation. That's a bullish environment. We'll see where that fans out tomorrow, but there's nice consolidation up there. Had a couple spikes down here, and you can see the bulls bought it up. Every time it spiked down, bulls bought it up, bulls bought it up, and you can see right again, bulls bought it up, and the bulls bought it right back up. So they're SPY on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the 10-minute chart coming into the close. 10-minute chart is a, I'm just going to call it a weak one candle uptrend. A very weak one candle uptrend. More consolidation, really. Okay, so weak one candle uptrend on the 10-minute chart. Not a very convincing uptrend. So take a look at that. Move this out of the way. All right, and on the 2-hour chart, we have, looks like 2-hour consolidation. It is an uptrend, just barely, but there's not much daylight in there, but it's 2-hour consolidation, which is a great thing. We like that. Daily chart, again, huge in that we held for 4 candles yesterday, holding again for 5. This is huge in that normally after 3 days or 2 days or sometimes even 1 day, they roll over. And this is huge in that we are sticking into it now for the 5th day of trading up here in the bull flag. This is bullish. And they're holding up here near the all-time highs. You can see there's the all-time high, and we're within striking distance of that all-time high, which is at 892. All right, weekly chart. Let's go back out. This is bullish. We'll take a look at it with the quad lines on. Here's the April low. All right, and here's price action. So this is bullish, and in an uptrend right there, bullish, and in an uptrend. All right, so that's for SPY on the daily. On the weekly, bullish and still in an uptrend. Monthly chart, still bullish and in an uptrend up here at the top of quadrant 4. Let's look at the game plan. All right, so for the game plan today, it was supposed to be green erases red. We never got it. We just stayed on top of the pivot. You can see we came down, double tapped the pivot right here. Failed to make a higher high, so we came back and visited it one more time. If that wasn't enough, we'd visit it one more time. So you can see price action bouncing off the pivot once, twice, 3 times, 4 times bouncing off of the pivot at 682.30. Never got the green erases red, and never got the red erases green, which is, here's the red erases green, and there's the green erases red. So never got up there. That never triggered, nor did this trigger either. So just total consolidation there all day long. All right, let's take a look at QQQ on the 10-minute chart. QQQ, same deal. They kind of hung out on top of the pivot, 621.50. Red erases green, never triggered. Green erases red, never triggered, right there. More consolidation over to the right. I really love the idea that they're holding the higher ground. Again, this is awesome for QQQ and for SPY. So nice work there on QQQ and SPY. Yeah, yesterday was nothing but chop, and then today we got more chop. It's not easy. It's not easy. On these bear bull flags, I'm going to trade them from the bottom to the top. Whenever I get the opportunity, trade them from the bottom up to the top. Keeping a little bit for the breakout when it does happen. So there's QQQ. Tomorrow we may get a breakout with personal income and outlays coming out at 8:30 in the morning. So QQQ, daily candle for QQQ. Take a look at that over here. Daily candle, it looks like a higher high, higher low, closing over a bullish trap, and bullish and in an uptrend, top of quadrant 4. I think SPY got the same thing, but different color. Yeah, different color. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, top of quadrant 4, bullish, and in an uptrend right there. So more bullish and an uptrend for SPY. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That is bullish up there at the top of quadrant 4, but still in a dysfunctional downtrend. Again, that downtrend is not working. All right, they got in the downtrend, taking out this low. Now they got to make a higher high. So they'll have to take out the all-time high in order to negate the downtrend. So it's bullish and in a downtrend that is not moving down. So a dysfunctional downtrend there on Diamond Dow. IWM had a great day. That may be a new all-time high for IWM. High there, 252.66. High here, 252.77. Very, very, very close. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the rising 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, top of quadrant 4. That's bullish and in an uptrend for IWM. FNGU, see what they did today. FNGU got a higher low and a higher high, closing inside a bullish trap, over the flat 17 and over the all-time high anchored VWAP in quadrant 4. That's still bullish and in an uptrend there for FNGU. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG trying to break out of the lower third, still in there. Not quite enough yet. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over the rising 17 right here. Okay, so definitely in a nice uptrend. Still down here in bearish territory. Okay, but they are up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. And again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 candle hold. This is looking promising for the rest of this week and coming into next week. So that's UNG. Now, if we put the quad lines on this, okay, from the all-time low, which is right here, you can see we're at the top of quadrant 4. That would be bullish from looking at it from the perspective of the all-time low right here. Price action in an uptrend, and at the very top of quadrant 4, making a rally to try to break out of the lower 1/3 of the quadrant lines. I'll back out. You can see they're still in the lower third. Not too much longer, and they'll be out of there. Let's take a look at USO. I think USO had a great day as well. USO made a higher high, so they're now in an uptrend, all right, but they haven't broke the downtrend line yet. So they're in an uptrend, but they're still in neutral territory right here. Okay, so this would be the midpoint, not in the lower third, not in the upper third. Upper third would be bullish, lower third would be bearish, just neutral, still under the downtrend line, still under the 2022 COVID rally high anchored VWAP right there. So maybe later maybe this spring we'll see. All right, they can get going. USO. So in an uptrend. All right, but still neutral right here. Okay, it's USO. Gold puts in a lower high and a lower low, closed over a bullish trap, over the rising 17, and over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line here. Up at the middle top of quadrant 4, it's bullish, still in an uptrend for GLD. Silver lower high, lower low, closing in the bullish trap over the rising 17, and that's still bullish and still in an uptrend right there. Let's take a look at T2101. All right, so we lose a little bit more participation, a little more breadth as we move over to the right. So more consolidation, and we lose more participation and more market breadth today on the 15-minute chart. T2122. Okay, with the less participation and the less breadth, we find ourselves on the 4th, really making a couple of appearances in the overbought zone, but for the most part, we spent the day in the buy zone. And that's bullish up there, okay? So T2123, bullish gap up, and the bears never filled the gap. So that's, again, more bullish environment, bullish clues coming into tomorrow. Okay, so for T2123, got a high, we made a higher high, so that's still in an uptrend, right up there. Over the 200 SMA, that's bullish. And we'll put the quad lines on there. And I think we are close. Right, so they're, I'm just going to say they're still bearish right there. Almost, they are very close. Just a little bit. If they'd have closed up here, I could have given it to them. Probably neutral. On the borderline of being bearish and neutral. Based on the perspective of looking at price action from the all-time high right there. So price action kind of neutral right there and still in an uptrend. So there's T2123. 3-bar chart. Still in a downtrend that's not moving down. All right. And price action trying to make that higher high. Not there yet. Take the quad lines off. Okay. We're still in quadrant 4. So that's bullish. We're under the 200 SMA. So that's not my favorite place to be unless I'm a bear. And I'm clearly a bull. So Well, I'm the Bulls fans today. All right, until everything is broken, I'm still going to be a Bull. T2123 still looking good up here, up in quadrant 4. T2123 3-bar chart. It's bullish and in a downtrend that's moving up and not down. On FNGU, what did they do today? Still haven't filled that gap from... Oh, maybe they filled it right there on that candle. All right, so right out of the gate, they filled the gap from yesterday. I don't know if that's a bad tick, but I got to say, that's pretty wild. So they filled the bearish gap from yesterday, first thing in the morning by gapping up. Price action is over the 200 SMA. That's bullish. We're over the all-time high, the pink line. That's the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's bullish. Filling the bearish gap. That's bullish. And price action holding the bull flag right here. If we put the quad lines on it. Okay, from this low up to this high. We're still in the upper third, so that's bullish right there. So there's hope for the market. We just need FNGU to shape up and make that second part of that measured move. We probably could see SPY 700 if they could make the second part of that move on the measured move on FNGU. All right, that's it for me for today. All right, trade history for KJ. Made 870. Nice going, KJ. Well done. Nice trading. All right, so that's it for me for today. All right, I'll see you guys all tomorrow, traders and gals. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we'll do it again. Thank you, traders. Have a wonderful evening.